Everybody asking how we doing, say we good. Don't need no one to tell me how to live just like they would. It ain't their business, but they in it, I don't know why. Revolved around my life.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, let me introduce myself. My name is Safna Manna Wassalwa. My name is 221320000719. In here, I will make this video presentation about flipped classroom to fulfill my final test course Introduction to Blended Learning. And happy watching! Okay, the first is definition of flipped classroom. Okay, definition of flipped classroom is the learning model is one in which students, before studying in class, study the material first at home according to the assignment given by the teacher. The concept of flipped classroom is of a classroom learning model is that students are given material first before entering the classroom. To understand the material first or to take care of the assignment, and then when you get to class, the materials or tasks will be discussed together. Okay, the next is who engage in flipped classroom. So in classroom there are teacher and students. In class, teacher explain the material to student. After that, the teacher give a material to student to learn independently. And the student accept the material from teacher. The student learn the material independently. Okay, the next is device in flipped classroom. So device used in blended learning such as computers, cell phones, laptops. In asynchronous learning, there are many media platforms available. For example, YouTube, Google, and others. Teachers can also provide text or audio so that students can study independently. Okay, the next is procedure of blended learning. In blended learning, there are 5 procedures. The first is select meetings that will use flipped classroom. For example, identify meetings that need extra time, identify topics that are difficult to understand, identification of learning topics and concepts. Okay, the second procedure is designing online activities and classroom activities. For example, class discussion, class presentation, identification of learning topics and concepts. Okay, the third procedure is explain the relationship between out of class, asynchronous, and in class synchronous activities. For example, goals are expectation that lecturers want to achieve, actualization the material, required materials. Okay, the fourth procedure is adjusting learning material so that students can use them as preparation for face-to-face learning. For example, preparing classroom content, encourage students to be active in class, exploring learning research. Okay, the fifth procedure is extend learning out of class through individual or collaborative tasks. For example, assignment with feedback, encourage students to be active in class, deepening the material with discussion. Okay, the next is activity of flipped classroom. So of flipped classroom, there are 2 activities. The first is passive activity, like read, hear, seeing a picture, watching a movie, looking at exhibits, watching a demonstration. And next is active activity, like participating in a discussion, giving a talk, doing a dramatic presentation, simulating a real experience, doing the real thing. Okay, so in group discussion, the activity learning the material before class, finding difficulties related to the material, discuss in groups related to problems found in the material, lecturer or teacher explain the material. Okay, in group presentation, The activities like students study the material and prepare the presentation, presenting the material that has been learned. Other groups or the teacher can give feedback. The next is design of flip classroom. So in flip classroom there are two design. The first from teacher responsibility. In teacher responsibility, focus lesson. The meaning is so the teacher teach the lesson, I do it. So the teacher who does that. And quick instruction. So who gives the instruction and who does are his students. So we do it or we can do this together. And in students' responsibility, there are collaborative. Let the students work together. You do it. The students performing a gift warp service. And independent, the meaning it's like being on your own. You do it alone. You did it on your own. The next is pros and cons of the classroom. So pros of the classroom is the teacher will focus more on students who are experiencing difficulties, while students who can apply the material will are asked to work independently or help friends who are still having difficulty understanding the material are also known as peer tutoring. And the cons of the classroom is that students will have difficulty understanding the material presented by the teacher or have difficulty completing assignments given by the teacher from a distance. So the conclusion of the presentation about flipped classroom is the flipped classroom module represents a shift towards more student-centered learning experience by leveraging technology to deliver instructional content outside of class time and utilizing in-person session for active engagement and application of knowledge. Okay, that's all my presentation. If I wrong, I apologize. And if you have any question, you can write in comment. Thank you.
The practice of flipped classroom learning.
Hari yang lalu, Bapak sudah memberikan link video dari Smart School. Nah, bagaimana Anda semua? Apakah sudah menontonnya? Sudah. Oke, mantap. Nah, hari ini kita akan membahas tentang materi tersebut. Nah, selanjutnya kita akan bekerja membuat karya dalam kelompok yang sudah ditentukan. Nah, sekarang waktunya untuk bekerja dalam kelompok. Dipersilakan. Oke.
Apa sih itu halogen? Halogen merupakan unsur yang sangat aktif dalam sistem periodic unsur. Halogen terdapat pada golongan 7A. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan nama saya Selvi dari kelompok 3. Mengapa golongan 7A disebut halogen? Baik, mengapa golongan 7A disebut halogen?
Itu disebut halogen karena unsur golongan 7A itu adalah pembentuk garam. Oke.